When I was a kid, I was just like, you know, I'd wake up and they'd go, we're going to go to Mexico. So I never really knew what was going on. So I never had like this seasonal thing or whatever. We'd be in Newport maybe 30% of the time, and then we'd go on location maybe 30% of the time. And then the other 30% of the time we spent with my dad on his boat, which was a World War II converted minesweeper called the Wild Goose. So it was weird, like I didn't have real roots anywhere. I mean, this was home and this is where I rode my bike around, but when you're a kid, you have no idea, you know, if you're rich or poor, your parents are famous or not famous. I was close to my father and I loved my dad. You know, my dog, he's always right next to me. And you know, nobody taught him to be that way. He just follows me everywhere. And when I look back at pictures of me as a kid, I totally remind me of my dog. Like I step on him 3 times a day, and I can remember my dad going, "Gee, give me some space, kid," you know, because I just wanted to be with him the whole time. I loved it. I loved the Stuntman, and I loved the Wranglers, and I just loved that whole aspect of the business. And I liked riding the little motorcycles. I liked learning how to fall off horses. I used to race my motorcycle, and I kept hitting this rock every time I went around the track, and I go, God, you know, I look right at it, and I still hit it. And he goes, well, don't look at it. Don't look where you don't want to go. He goes, in life, always look where you want to go. By the time my father passed away, I was about 17 years old. So when he died, I really had no direction. My dad was sort of my anchor. I reached out to a stuntman that I knew, and I just wanted to go to a motorcycle race. And he said, I'm not going to be at that race because I'm doing a film in Chicago. And he goes, how old are you? And I go, I'm 17. And he goes, well, you want to work for me? And I'm like, of course. He said, okay, pack a bag and be at Universal Studios front gate on Monday morning at a certain time. So I packed my little bag and went there. The movie was The Blues Brothers, which was a big action film and a lot of fun to work on. And then when I got back from that job, put me to work on Knight Rider, BJ and the Bear, The Master, Legman, all these TV series that were being made in the early 80s. You know, if it wasn't for those guys giving me that opportunity, I'm not sure what I would have ended up doing. To me, I couldn't run the business to be my business. This business is John Wayne. He's made a tremendous impact on how cancer is treated, studied, and detected. I remember when I was a little boy and I had to sweep these berries off this huge tree we had in our backyard. I remember just going like, every day I gotta sweep these berries. And if I didn't sweep right with the push broom, my dad would come out and get mad. No, yes, you know, this is how you do it. And he'd show me this technique, and every time I pick up a broom to this day, it takes me back to that day when I was 7 or 8 years old, and he shows me how to do the push broom. He was just, you know, he's a regular guy that worked hard and took advantage of opportunities that were given to him, and, you know, led an extraordinary life.